In this series of videos, I'm going to show you how we can leverage the strength of SQL Server to improve code and improve performance of code. We're going to start with some basic SQL and then move up to not so basic SQL to achieve the maximum performance improvements that we want. Now, these demos I'm going to show you is based on the real live problems that we had with the customer case, which of course took a lot longer than the time that it's going to show here, but I think this will be a good example to understand where we're going. So let's first of all review the example and the problems we're facing. In my code, I have a report that calls category sales info, which goes ahead and gather all the information about the sales that were done for every category for every year and produces these results. It actually creates a table and populates the table with the data. Let's go ahead and review the process, both in terms of profiler and in terms of the code itself. So let's run it now with a profiler. And let's see what we get. So here we can see that the category sales info controller was executed, the onStart was executed. It called the delete inner controller, which took 15 milliseconds, and it called the collect order details controller, which took the times that we look at. It performed multiple select statements to category sales. Okay, we can see for every year and every category ID, but we can see it also made updates to this table. We're going to review that in a second. We can see also that it made several inserts for this table. And we can see it was running on the order details table since it only has one, and performed relations to exchange rates, to products, to orders, and all of those around it. Let's go ahead and explore the code of the controller to see what's going on. I'm going to keep this aside and maybe get back to it. So we'll switch over to Visual Studio and we'll go over to our category sales info controller and have a look at it. We can see here that we have several inner controllers. We have the parent one, which in its onStart calls delete, collect, and then calls the browse program that actually displays it for us. The delete program is quite simple, simply deletes all the rows in the table. Nothing interesting here. The interesting program is the one called collect order details. And let's review what it does. In its data view, it will run on order details. It will perform a relation to products, a relation to orders. This is a many-to-one relation. It will perform a relation to exchange rates for the USD currency to get the value where the effective date is less or equal to the order date. This is what we call a descending relation, which has a lot of complexities to achieve in SQL, and we're going to show you how. And then it will do a relation add to the category sales table, and it will add a row if a row is not found based on the year of the date and the category ID from the products table. So pretty much for every year, it will make sure that there is a row for every category. And then in the only row, we can see that it calculates a row total by multiplying unit price times quantity times rate. And for every month, it populates a different row in that table. Great, so let's review this in parallel to the profiler. I think it's a good way to look at data. Let's go ahead and put the profiler here. And will it resize properly? Great. So we can see here the order details over here. We can see the relation to products over here. We can see the relation to orders over here. And the relations to exchange rates over here. And we can see that the most expensive one is the relation to category sales, which is an insert if not found relation, as we can see it over here. Okay, so this cannot be simply replaced by a cache because we are updating the rows of this table. So we cannot really cache it. We need to do some other creative solution for it. Perfect. So now that we understand where everything goes, of course we can use some kind of caching specifically for products. I'm sure this can be improved by cache, but I want to go far beyond that. I'm going to create a super SQL statement that will do all of this in a millisecond, and we'll just create it step by step and see where it takes us. Hope you'll enjoy the following videos.